I do what I do because I honestly want to make a difference. I believe that God put us here for a purpose, and I think I'm working my purpose. I'm working out, finding my way. I want to impact lives. I want to make a difference. I want to plant seeds and see the harvest. So if that comes through in law, that means that when I take a client's case, I'm going to work it all the way through. If they have an expectation from me to be honest with them, to have integrity through the process, to fight to win through the process, I'm going to do that to the end. In my opinion, what sets me apart from the rest is that I'm honest to a fault. I'm honest to a fault, and sometimes that's an acquired taste because you may not win in all cases. And I may be able to tell you that behind these four walls. Behind these four walls, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the strength of your case, but I got to tell you the weakness too, because that's the integrity. That's the oath of the office, and that's going over the probability of success and the possibility of the fall. Now, when we walk in, we're walking in to win. We're arm in arm, but I already told you what to expect. But what we get, most of the time I get what I want, because I fight hard. But I fight fair. If you ask me my passion, although it's not my largest practice area, it's going to have to be juvenile. Even before I practiced law, I was a recreation leader for the city of Savannah. I probably have worked at every inner city park in Savannah, from Tatumville to Wells Street Park to Treat Street Park, Can Park. All of the parks, and these parks are somewhat hot areas now. So from working as a recreation leader, and I work with kids where I chaperone them, I coach little league, football, basketball, and it felt like mindless nothing, just passion, like just having fun. It didn't feel like work, but I was getting paid. And then I transitioned on to become a deputy sheriff where I worked in the law enforcement, and ultimately I became a lawyer. But if you ask me my passion, I'm going to go back to that job where I was getting paid, but it didn't feel like I was working. With someone who's been arrested for the first time in their life, just the arrest alone, sitting in the police car alone, is going to send them through the roof. You know, most people are nervous when the first time they get pulled over. Just the cop coming behind them makes them nervous. And then the cop will put in the police report, oh, they were fumbling or they were fidgeting. Well, of course. You know, it's scary when you're pulled over. And then you have someone else who may have more run-ins with the police, but they've never been to prison. So, you know, there is a range here. But what I try to do is I fingerprint every client. Every client has their own fingerprint. With some, I may be much softer because I understand how fragile they are. And then with other ones, I may have to be a little more stern. I call it my look-a-here conversation. Like if I say, look here, this is what it is, then that's what it is, because I need to jar their attention, because regardless of what level the encounter is, an arrest is a serious thing. And depending on what it is, you may not be able to get first offender. It may not be able to be restricted from your record. So yeah, I need to tell them all of that. But how I tell them, in the way, in the manner I tell them, depends on that client. Hi, I'm Stephanie Burgess of the Burgess Law Group, the small firm with the big fight. I can't promise the outcome, but I can promise the fight. And I always fight to win.